Hey folks, Chrissy here. So, just sharing with you. Oh, bit of information anyway. But I felt different over the last few days. And my guides have been telling me they've put boundaries up. So, boundaries have been placed around me at the moment. And I asked why. It's to do with the violet flame. And I'm like, what? The violet flame? Do you know, I've heard people talk about the violet flame, this spiritual whatever. I'm more of a realistic person, right? Like logic has, logic just go out the window. I keep saying when I get messages through from spirit and stuff, I have got no idea. I've got no clue how this works, but I just know it does. And I know it's coming from a good place. So I do pay attention, but I don't just jump and go, oh, I look into things. So apparently the energy on live. And for example, I went on live last night and like well over 100 people were in. The energy is quite high and I'm pulling cards. And that's all I'm intending to do when I'm live on TikTok is just pull oracle cards. I'm not reading them tarot or anything like that. It's just oracle cards, nice messages, things like that. But even during the break, I didn't feel like I normally feel. Like I'll feel the presence of energy. So it was after that last night's live that I asked, is there something different here? Yes. I am not strong enough, they told me, to handle the violet flame with all those different mingling energies in that space while I am transmuting, changing within the energy frequency. So I get that. So anyway, I've looked up, like, what is the violet flame of transmutation? Because that's what we're given us. And we want to know, like, what was the origin? Like, where did the violet flame, who come up with the violet flame? Where did it originate? So the concept of the violet flame originated in the early 20th century within Western esoteric and theosophical traditions. It was officially introduced to the public in the 1930s through the I Am activity movement. So 1930s, I was born in the 1960s, so only 34 years before I was born. While modern spiritual groups claim the energy itself is ancient, its documented historical origin as a specific practice involves a combination of historical movements and spiritual law. So the historic origin, the I Am activity, the specific term violet flame, and the practice of invoking it were first popularized by Guy Ballard, written under the pen name Godfrey Ray King in the 1930s. Ballard claimed to have met the historical 18th century alchemist Count Saint-Germain at Mount Shasta, California, where he was given the dispensation to share this secret energy with humanity. Theosophical foundations, the concept grew out of the late 19th century theosophy, which introduced the idea of the 7 rays of spiritual light. The violet flame is considered the active expression of the 7th ray, the violet ray. Later groups, the practice was expanded upon in the 60s and 70s by Mark and Elizabeth Clare Prophet through the Summit Lighthouse, who introduced rhythmic chants called decrees to invoke the flame. The esoteric and mythological origin. According to channeled law, the metaphysical teachings, the history of the flame stretches back much further than its 20th century revelation. Ancient civilizations, esoteric law states the violet flame was used freely in ancient spiritual temples within mythical civilizations like Atlantis and Lemuria. The secret knowledge, believers hold that after those civilizations fell, the knowledge was restricted to secret mystery schools, spiritual adepts, and Eastern masters to prevent its misuse. The Aquarian Age dispensation. Metaphysical teachings state that Saint Germain released the knowledge to the general public in the 20th century because humanity was entering the age of Aquarius, a spiritual cycle naturally governed by the violet vibrating seventh ray. So, coming to the violet flame of transmutation, which is what they've pointed for me. It's a spiritual energy and high-frequency sacred fire in esoteric and metaphysical teachings. It's believed to transform negative energy such as bad karma, fear, trauma, and heavy emotions into positive, higher vibrational energy to promote healing and spiritual growth. Core meaning and names, also known as the flame of forgiveness, mercy, or freedom, associated with the colour violet, which is the highest frequency and shortest wavelength in the visible light spectrum. Linked closely in modern esoteric thought with the ascended Master Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel. The purpose and benefits. Transmutation converts dense, stagnant, or negative energy into light and positive potential. Cleansing purifies the aura, chakras, and subconscious mind from past wounds or burdens. Elevation raises personal consciousness and aligns awareness with higher spiritual frequencies. Now it says here how practitioners use it. Visualization, imagining a blazing violet flame moving through the body or energy field to consume negativity. Mantras and decrees, repeating specific statements or affirmations such as, I am a being of violet fire, to invoke the energy. Meditation, focused quiet practice paired with high frequency sound or intent to clear ancestral or emotional blocks. Okay, how does the seven rays concept work in esoteric philosophy? It explains that all creation is made of one divine light, split into 7 distinct streams of energy, each carrying specific spiritual qualities, colours and purposes. Originating in ancient Vedic texts and popularised by 19th century Madame Blavatsky and Alice Bailey, this framework suggests that everything in the universe, including your soul, mind and body, is influenced by one or more of these rays. The mechanism, cosmic prism, the divine source, pure spiritual energy enters our solar system from a single source. The prism effect. This light passes through a cosmic prism, often associated with the 7 rishis of the great bear of the solar logos. The 7 channels, the light splits into 7 distinct frequencies, colours and vibrations. The 2 divisions. The rays are divided into 2 main categories. 1. Rays of aspect, 1 to 3. These represent the primary triple nature of divinity, will, love and intelligence. They govern the broad cosmic structures. 2. Rays of attribute, rays 4 to 7. These are specialised modifications of the 3rd ray. They govern human expression, creativity and daily life. So the 7 rays matrix, each ray corresponds to a specific virtue, colour or spiritual master. Ray 1, will or power, the colour blue. Quality, strength, courage, leadership and detachment. Purpose, to destroy the old and initiate new cosmic cycles. Ray 2, love, wisdom. Colour, indigo, stroke blue. Quality, tact, healing, deep understanding and teaching. Purpose, the ray of our current solar system. It binds the universe together through love. Ray 3, active intelligence, colour green. Quality, adaptability, abstract thought, clear communication and business. Purpose, to manifest divine ideas into physical, practical plans. Ray 4, harmony through conflict, yellow stroke art. Quality, beauty, balance, intuition and artistic expression. Purpose, the human ray. It forces us to find harmony by resolving dualities. Ray 5, concrete signs of or knowledge, the colour orange. Quality, logic, analysis, accuracy and detailed research. Purpose, to investigate truth through the intellect and physical senses. Ray 6, devotion or idealism, and the colour ruby or gold. Quality, loyalty, intense focus, faith and emotional mysticism. Purpose, the dominant ray of the past 2,000 years, age of Pisces, it drives religious zeal. Ray 7, ceremonial order of magic. Ceremonial order or magic. The colour violet. Quality, organisation, ritual, transformation and freedom. Purpose, the incoming ray of the age of Aquarius, it grounds spiritual energy into physical form using tools like the violet flame. The human ray composition, according to esoteric teachings, you do not just have one ray, your spiritual makeup is a complex combination. Soul ray stays the same across all your lifetimes, showing your ultimate spiritual purpose. Personality ray changes from lifetime to lifetime, shaping your current character and flaws. Body rays, your mind, emotions and physical body can each be governed by different rays, creating your unique challenges. But I get why they're using that again. They are telling me, they've put boundaries on me or around me because I cannot handle my upgrade right now. This is the last kind of, I'm getting the word gift in my head. This is the last kind of frequency thing I'm going to have to go through. I know we've had different moons and stuff that have affected a few of our community. And there's also eclipses. And it was also Lion's Gate yesterday, which is when I got that message. So I'm going to look more into these things. I'm going to have a spot and meditate. And I'm going to have a chat with my guides. And how I do that to get accuracy, I use my pendulum. And you cannot lie to yourself when you're using a tool like that. You know whether you're moving it or not. And I always ask for clarity. So, have you had experience with this? Have you been going through your own awakening? The 7 levels. That kind of matches with the 7 rays, doesn't it? But it feels like the 7 levels. I've just clarified with my guides. Is this the last frequency upgrade that I'll receive? Yes. It's the final upgrade, the violet level. So, what level are you on? Pay attention to how you're feeling. What's the moon doing? What's happening in the cosmos? I'm not an astrologist, but I always know there's something. Be easy on yourself. It's a tough journey, but it's worth it. Stick in there. The universe, your guides, your team have got you.